So, 2 title matches have been added to the Survivor Series card, and as of right now, those 2 matches are for the WWE Divas Championship, Paige versus Charlotte, and for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, it's Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Now, these are 2 matches that we assumed were going to happen anyways. Like, it's not much of a surprise that these matches are happening, especially since for the Divas Championship, they've been playing the whole Paige is a heel thing and turning her back on PCB, and now it's going to be her. Sooner or later, Sasha Banks has to go for that title because she is the best wrestler on the main or the best female wrestler on the main roster. So sooner or later, she has to face whether Charlotte or Paige. I think Charlotte gonna win, but you never know. It could be Paige. And for Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, we knew this was going to happen ever since Roman won that #1 contendership, and then they did a Survivor Series traditional match on Raw, which was really weird, but hey, they did it anyways, and we knew this stuff was going to happen. As to who's going to win, it's hard to tell because it seems like they're trying to push Roman Reigns again, but Seth Rollins, no matter how much his character has been looking like a wussy, he has been winning and keeping that World Heavyweight Championship around his waist ever since winning it at WrestleMania. So I think the Seth Rollins is going to win again, and he's going to be able to defend it right. I guess you don't know. We're going to have to see at Survivor Series, but in my opinion, I think Seth Rollins is going to win. I think Charlotte's going to win, but hey, could always flip it. Roman and Paige win and new champions at Survivor Series. So next up, we have plans for Alberto Del Rio at Survivor Series. Yes, keeping in the theme of Survivor Series. Ever since Alberto Del Rio winning the United States Championship at Hell in a Cell, we have known for a while that he eventually is going to have to defend it at a pay-per-view. Next one was going to be Survivor Series. And ever since this recent Monday Night Raw, it looks like Jack Swagger will be the one who faces Del Rio for the United States Championship, because according to the Wrestling Observer, the promo that was backstage, that segment between Swagger and Zeb Coulter, in which, because they used to be partners, they used to be a part of the All-American stable, that segment was to build up the feud between Del Rio and Swagger. So, in my surprise, I thought Swagger, I don't know where Swagger was this whole time. I thought he was in TNA or something, and I just didn't know he got released. It's kind of good to know he's there, because a lot of times you just don't know that a wrestler is there. But let's see how this feud builds up, because I actually like Del Rio. Next up, Goldust says he's returning pretty soon. Yes, on Twitter, a fan asked basically, is he going to return anytime soon? Goldust replied, yes, I'm coming back very, very soon. And I think what I was talking about yesterday with Stardust, talking about if you want Cody, that person, especially someone, is going to have to come back and beat Stardust for Cody to come back. Now, initially I thought it meant Stephen Amell, but then after I did that video, I realized Stephen Amell won, so he doesn't necessarily have to win this time because he already won. I think what they were talking about was about Goldust, because Goldust lost in that match between him and Stardust on trying to bring back Cody. I think it was in Fastlane, and then Stardust went to WrestleMania to be in that ladder match, which I actually really like. So this is good that Goldust is coming back. He's been off TV for a while now, and hopefully he does win and the feud does pretty good, because it would be nice to see Cody back. We've had the Stardust gimmick for a while now. It's been alright, but I would really like to, actually really like the over-the-top Stardust, but I want to see what Cody can do now. Next up, small update on Smackdown movie to the USA Network. During an interview with the president of the USA Network, he says that Smackdown is still and will continue to air on Thursday nights once the show moves from Sci-Fi to the USA Network in January. And that's all he can really say about it. That's why I say it's a small update. All he says is that it will be staying on Thursday nights. It won't be moving. It will be in the normal time slot that they have. But there has been no official start date for SmackDown on USA. So it's going to be sometime in January, whether it's the beginning, towards the end. Who knows? And lastly, Sasha Banks wants another shot at Bayley for the NXT Women's Championship. On Twitter, Sasha basically tweeted out something that, hey Bayley, I need my title back, yada yada yada. But Bayley replied saying, where shall we meet this time? And then with a gif of The Rock, which I thought was really funny. And I guess this will be the trilogy. I'm assuming if this happens, this will be the last match for Sasha Banks and Bayley for the NXT Women's Championship, because I feel at the moment they're still working at the kinks for some of the other NXT divas to be pushed up there for the women's championship. And if this does happen, then it will end the trilogy. And I think maybe I don't think Sasha is gonna win because Bayley has to win so that she could keep it. But I don't know. I guess Sasha lost twice already in the Iron Maiden match, in that first match at Brooklyn. So if it happens, nobody's gonna complain really, because both of these wrestlers are so good and at what they do, and people love their matches. But I would really like to see finally another NXT diva get a chance, but maybe after this match.